Okay. Well, we just Tiffy and Mish Mish just joined us. Had to give him the celebrity entrance. All right, so I had a little crash there, but so let's talk a little bit about how the show. Yes, welcome celebs. Please have a seat. Um, okay, so if someone could let them know to if they are listening to voice or not and all that, just fill them in. Um, so here's how it works. For those of you that are new to the show, we have the Gotcha show, uh, if we can, twice a month. If not, usually about once a month. So far, we've had a lot of really great creators here and also just a really great response to the show and creators willing to come and share with us their time and also all of this inside stuff. And it's been so great. And so we're, of course, very excited for today's show. But first, let me tell you a little bit about how things work. Um, we, and there goes a cuckoo clock. Today is the day of noises. Um, so what we'll do is we have a little time interviewing with our guest. Somewhere around the middle, we'll take questions from the audience. If you would like to ask our guest a question, what you need to do is I am Luke, the question that you'd like to ask, and then we will call your name in order that they're received and ask you to go ahead and ask your question. This way, we can keep the text to a minimum and in the local, and you have a chance to ask your question directly. So it is 12 noon. Everyone can, no, Kroon can ask a question. That's Kroon. Everyone is allowed one question though. One question. So use your question wisely. And all right, so as I always say, if I had some kind of goofy game show music, it would be playing right now. And we will welcome, please, everybody, Sutabulous Utes from Beetlebones to the Gotcha Show. Welcome, Sue. All right, well, Sue, it's awesome to have you here. You have brought such great items to us in Second Life in general. Your gotchas, of course, are what we're focusing on today, but your overall aesthetic is just so sweet and fantastic. And you have a store that's just chock full of really nice clothes and shoes, and it's just so great. Um, but let's start from the very beginning. What brought you to Second Life?
Uh-oh.
And you got curious. So when you so you saw obviously your sister in here and creating, um, or had she started creating it? When did you realize that this was a creative outlet for you? Was that immediate? Oh, absolutely. Modifiable items are great. What was the first item you can remember making that was for sale? Let's say something that you set out to really make something as a product. Hey, a toilet was my first. That was the first item I ever made. It wasn't for sale, but that's so that's really funny, isn't it? A toilet.
That's more than I
Was
needed to
that
know.
Sue? Is that why you paused answering? Because you didn't want to say it was a toilet. It's okay. Sebastian from Remarkable Oblivion, his first item was a cardboard box, which we actually use in the yard sale. Uh, so no shame in your first item. You had to start somewhere. So you did a whole set. You went all the way. And when did you create your brand? When did Beetlebones sort of come to life, where it was time to market and put your business together? Oh my God, the Creators Pavilion. That's great. That used to be, wasn't the Creators Pavilion, for a while there had a lot of Sims, didn't it? Was it just one? Yeah, I remember going there and it was huge. I loved it. I remember trying to go through it systematically. So every time I visited, I tried to start where I left off, and I was never successful. I would go out and make multiple attempts, but it was just I loved that. There, yeah, it was great. Oh, I didn't know you were part of that. That's fantastic. Yeah. So I did a little digging, and I know, we all know you're uber popular all over the place gotchas, but I found on your Flickr um, two cute little gotchas. There are pictures of them in the front. A Christmas gotcha and a mailbox gotcha. One is from 2009, one is from 2010. Um, Tell us a little bit about those early gotchas. Yeah, I'm stuck. I got soccer skill. Oh, that was your first gotcha. It's so cute. Very cute. And then, of course, um, actually, did the I think your hamsters came next, or was it the bunny? I think it was the hamster was. Oh, the bunny did come next. The the bunny avatar is kind of a cute. This is how this is how actually Luke and I used to. We don't do this anymore because it's too time consuming, but we used to hit gotcha machines by one clicking and then the other clicking until we each had full sets. And one of the first times that we did that was on your bunny machine until we had our complete bunny set. So we have fond memories of the bunny machine. Um, it's cute. And then, of course, came along your hamsters. And but what aspect, getting back to our um, questions. What aspect of creating product in SL is really the most fun for you? Yeah, it's every man and woman for themselves now. We just go for it. That is one of the great, one of the great things about your items is that uh, the extra things that you put in, because it's not just an item that sits there. You do animate it and you have it doing something, but I have to say, the way that you animate things is so cute. I mean, you find these ways to um, really make things into a character. Oh my God, the puffin. That's a perfect example, Louis. Oh, it's a perfect example. I almost died when I sat down and that puffin went to sleep on my head. So cute. The way the hamsters walk, just adorable. And so, do you script yourself? Is that something that you do, or do you collaborate with somebody on that? Yes, the pooping dots. Speaking of which, now that since we're on the subject, I've rezzed out here. This is a quick version of the cactus that you're going to be getting um, in your gift box today. So just so you can
Oh
see,
my
on my
god.
shoulder on the left is the little pet that comes out of this pot. But first, a cactus grows. So I'm just gonna click mine. This is a cheat cactus, I'm told by Sue. So um, it will grow a little faster. So you guys can see, uh, it's really sweet. So this is. I'm not spoiling. I wanted to. She's collaborated with her husband on
Oh my
this. I think it's a
god.
great animation, not just what the cute little cactus the character does afterwards, but the way that this cactus grows is really funny. Um, So while the little cactus grows, um, you're you've obviously been building for a while now. Along the way, as you know, changed and things of building. What skill set in the building process has been the most difficult for you so far? The introduction of sculpts or mesh um, or animating things, or what do you find the most challenging? Texture. I always admire when somebody says that they love texturing. Yeah. You would not guess by your work at all that that was hard for you. It looks you have got the sweet. You have very nice. You render things very nicely.
LOL smiley face.
Oh, that yeah. It's good to have a sounding board. Oh, they were. That's really funny. That yeah. Am I? Am I? Did my cactus disappear? Hey, who took my cactus? Oh, well, that's good to know. That's actually something I was curious about. Um, are there gotcha machines from fellow creators that you've played that you've collected? Omen. Omen was our first gotcha show, actually. Great stuff. Um, yeah, he's great. The Just a reminder for you guys, if you have a question that you would like to ask Stu, just pass your question over to Luke. Yeah, as Luke's just said, if you have any questions, I am him, and we're going to get to you guys in just a bit. So now let's dig in a little deeper and find out if there's any machines in the works. I know you just released Arctic Pals, which has been so fun, and I want to thank you also for sending those um, sets to me. I laid them all out prior to your machine opening a few hours before, and we passed them out. Just let people come and pick whichever one they liked, and that was a lot of fun for us. And so thank you very much for that. Um, but are there any other machines in the work? I hate to rush you and try, try and get more gotcha out of you. But anything coming up? Oh, burrito. So, oh my God, I can't even imagine. I might actually get into a breedable that you made. I can imagine they would be very cute. Yeah, breedables. Oh my God. I almost want to say don't do it. Or don't make their food so crazy expensive that I can't keep them. Oh, that would be awesome. Like you could grow carrots for a bunny? That'd be so cute. You have a little garden. That's fantastic. I love it. Yeah, grow if you could grow stuff, that would be. It would also help because I kill everything that I try and grow in real life, so it would be nice to be able to grow something in Second Life.
LOL smiley face.
Well, that's a great idea. We fully support that, even if that doesn't turn into a gotcha. And speaking of things that are not gotcha, but are related to you and your um, creative stuff, let's talk a little bit about Newville. Uh, what was the what was the drive? Like, what was the big idea? Uh, create a a Halloween sim? I mean, was it as simple as that, or did you guys really you just wanted to uh, you had buildings that you want to make? What was the main drive and inspiration to make Nouvelle? Yes, definitely. It is an experience, and it is very much like walking into um, a ride at Disneyland. You guys did a fantastic job on that, and no one even cares that it was. I mean, I have to actually revisit to take a closer look because when you first go in, you get to the ride and then you're rushing through the hunt because you just want it all. You want everything, and so it's definitely a place to continue visiting. If anybody hasn't been to Newville yet, by all means, get yourself a day pass and go check that out, or you can join the group and be able to visit whenever you want, which is what I got. I was like all over the group. I need to go back there again and again and again. Lots of detail, great hunt, and a really fun ride. So check that out. If you need a landmark, I'm sure someone can throw one at you. So we have a question from the audience. Let's start with Amy Tamura. Amy, welcome to the Gacha Show. What's your question? That is that isn't the question that you gave us, but I want to know. I want to know that too. You sneaky question. You did a sneaky question. Okay, let's stop setting off the frogs, please. Yes. Well, who was it? Damien got asked to a marriage proposal. That's confirmation right there. We will definitely have a 13th floor with more gifts before we take it down. No one wants to marry Sue. He was so gracious too. He was like, "Oh, let me give you a hug," and he also gave her like a long list of things that she had to do to qualify for a for an engagement. I think one of them was to take him out to dinner a few times or something. It's like a little list. Newville has been fantastic. Okay, so there's definitely going to be. Oh God, Luke, did you ask him to marry you? And then comes Luke with the awkward proposal. All right. So Newville, we'll definitely have a 13th floor. And we have another question. Again, if you have any questions, please pass them along to Luke. And we don't mind sniper questions as long as they're not um, intrusive. And so, so just pass your question over to Luke. Our next question is from Ravina Bernstein. Ravina, welcome to the Gotcha Show. What's your question? Hi. That's great. We love, obviously, we've said it before. We love the way that you animate things. It's just so sweet and wonderful. Um, and speaking of animations that are not so sweet and wonderful, let's take a look center stage at the terrible, awful, disgusting, unlucky toad. Oh my God. I needed it because I needed the whole collection, but part of me really didn't want it. But most of me wanted it. This was just super creepy. Super creepy. I don't know. You said maybe I have a problem with holes or like some kind of issue. Holophobia or something. Um, it's sweet. It's sweet and disgusting all at once. So perhaps you really do have a calling in the horror market because that's scary. And then to find out isn't it like a real thing? There's like a real frog like that. Oh God. I want an Abby version. Oh God. Abby wants an Abby of that. Oh, you could cause issues all over the grid. That's just, it's great. It's great and it's gross all at the same time. The toad, the toad gotcha, just fantastic. My personal favorite is the cow that gives out the little latte. I mean, that is just, it's classy. I love it. Lots of that was another great event. I don't know if I don't think I think that was Olive was spearheading the but I know that Anya is dealing with the Hogwarts Sim, or she built the Hogwarts Sim, I think, as well. Yeah, Mischief managed. Um, what a great event! I do hope they're going to be. Are they going to be having another one of those? Do you know? Um, I mean, I'm not even a Harry Potter fan, and I loved that. That was fantastic. Oh, they do. All right. Okay. Well, we want more. We want another. The thing is with Gachatopia is that unfortunately, to try and stick with the theme, if it doesn't have a gotcha at it, I can't really push it. And so, for instance, I'm going to uh, go off the gotcha topic right now and say that there'll be like great stuff at collaborate or at men's department, and so I can't really scream about it too much in group. But Wizarding Fair having a couple gotcha was fantastic because we were all going, we're all talking about everything. So get the word out to your fellow creators. Just if you're doing an event, just throw in one gotcha for us. That's all it takes. One gotcha, and we are on the bus. We have a bus. It's a short bus, but we go and we tackle and we buy and we collect the short bus. And it's yellow. All right, and we have another question. We have a question from Luke, Templar. Luke, welcome to the Gacha Show. What is your question? Oh, wow. Well, you've certainly, mastered it. There- Well, thank you, Luke, for that question. We have another question from the audience. Sangi Phaeton, welcome to the Gotcha Show. What is your question? Oh, that's a good question. Always. Yeah, everybody works differently. Walton of Contraption is like that as well. He's sketches things out, and um, everybody works a little differently. Um, well, the end result is really all that matters, and they're good. All right, thank you, Sangi. That was a great question. Um, we have a question for Sue from the audience. Venora Constantine, welcome to the Gotcha Show. What is your question? Is she here, or did she? Maybe she crashed. Oh, there she is. Oh, clothing kits. Well, we love the clothing, and I think the other wonderful thing to mention is that these the clothing that she made full perm so that you could really do your own thing. You can use it as is. She's got textures in there too, but you can also make your own. And one of the things that I love about Sue is that she's very generous with regard to perms and things like that, like sending us a full perm uh, piece of guano that we could turn into a reindeer poop for the stockings. That was very nice of you. And it really kind of, in my opinion, keeps the Second Life creative spirit alive because, we can all get really stingy with regard to, well, we don't want this or that being out, out into the wilds of the grid. My precious thing that I made, and guano is life. And I do love the fact that you have that open spirit about it because in the end, when all is said and done, making money is great in Second Life, but the bottom line is that this is really entertainment and it's supposed to be fun. And you just do that for us in every which way with the products that you make, and right down to you yourself, very sweet person. I'm very happy to know you. And we are getting close to the end of the show, but I did want to go over. I got a little. People are calling me a poop obsessed, but I just thought that was the funniest thing when the bat was flying and the poop was flying everywhere. Just sort of funny. There can be no ice put on poop. I agree with that. Free it. Free the poop. Poop should be free. Oh my god. So, just to wrap things up, I wanted to talk a little bit about the hamsters because they really are, I don't, the sort of the quintessential Beetlebones item, I think. And also, I really have never met anybody that doesn't want one of these. They don't, everybody wants one, and they're fantastic in every which way. Tell us a little bit about the making of the hamster gacha. He came out really cute, and you went into it with no sketches or plans, just to make make a cute little avatar. I think everything about it. It's just the cute. It's the size. It's the face. It's the roundness. It's the AO. He's just really great. And I was looking when I was doing my research a little bit on you. I found that actually at one point for Halloween they had a picture on the marketplace of the hamsters all dressed up. So those kinds of things must be exciting also to see that. Yeah, really cute. Well, it's been fantastic having you, Sue, and this about wraps up the show. I'm so honored that you came and let us into, a little of your creative world. And thank you also on the behalf of the Gachatopia community for sure um, for all the things that you've put out and those incredible gachas and all of your products. Keep creating. We love it. And that's it. That's it for the Gacha show. Thanks everyone for coming. And guys, if you would just stay in your seat, Luke will be passing out a gift box that has the Gacha globe in it, which says Beetlebones on it. That's the this collectible. And also inside is something wonderful from Sue, which we showed you earlier, the growing cactus with little friend that pops out. So enjoy that, but just stay in your seats so that it's easier for him to drop it on you.
Nice. Woo! That shit is real nice, B.
Cookies!
Power to the hamster!
Oh, really quick, guys, I forgot to announce that our next Gotcha show. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. That's our next Gotcha show, I believe, is the 18th, and we're having. This is you guys are the first to hear this. We're having Half Deer here, the lovely Halogen Magic, who's here right now. Point, point, point. So do join us for our next Gotcha show.